Terminal velocity. When a spherical body falls through a viscous fluid, it experiences a viscous force. The motion of the body is initially accelerated and its velocity begins to increase. Let us consider this figure. In this figure, vessel is there and in the vessel, fluid is there. Spherical body is released from the top and it goes or it accelerates towards the bottom of the vessel. So it is observed that when the spherical body falls, it experiences viscous force because fluid exert a force on the spherical body. Even though that spherical body get accelerated towards the bottom of the vessel, its velocity begins to increase. The spherical body attains a constant velocity which is called as terminal velocity. Now, if you observe the figure, there are three forces acting on the spherical body. One is downward force, which is mg, that is the weight of the spherical body. Viscous fluid, that is water molecules or fluid molecules, exert a force on the body. Then there is a one upward thrust force in order to balance the downward force. So three forces are acting on the spherical body. Which three forces? First is downward force, which is mg. Second is force viscous force exerted by the fluid molecules on the spherical object, and one is upthrust force in order to balance downward force. At the terminal velocity of the body, total downward force is balanced by the resultant upthrust and viscous force. So what is the terminal velocity? As we say that it is the velocity which is attained by the spherical object and it is constant velocity. Now let us consider small r, radius of the sphere, rho, density of the sphere, sigma, density of the fluid, and eta, the coefficient of viscosity of the fluid. Now total downward force on the sphere. Downward force. What is the downward force? Object has mass small m and acceleration due to gravity exert a force on the object. So downward force is given by formula F suffix small d is equal to m into g. Now we know that as object is made up of some material, so that object has some density. So density is given by formula rho is equal to m upon v, where small m is the mass of the object, capital V is the volume of the object. So let us put value of small v. From the formula we have rho into v, that is value of small m is rho into v, g as it is. So we get Fd is equal to v rho g. Now what is the v? V is the volume of the object, but object is spherical, so volume of the object is 4 upon 3 pi r cube rho g as it is. Now second force acting on the object is total upward force. It is given by F suffix small u, which is equal to viscous force plus upthrust. Now viscous force, what is the viscous force? According to Stokes theorem, viscous force is given by 6 pi eta rv and upthrust force is given by 4 upon 3 pi r cube rho into g. So we have upward force Fu is equal to 6 pi eta rv plus 4 upon 3 pi r cube sigma into g. Third, since sphere is moving with a terminal velocity, and as we say that terminal velocity means its velocity remains constant, means upward force acting on the spherical object and downward force acting on the spherical object both are same. So we can write Fd is equal to Fu. We have value of Fd which is equal to 4 upon 3 pi r cube rho into g, which is equal to Fu. What is Fu? 6 pi eta Rv plus 4 upon 3 pi r cube sigma into g. Now let us rearrange the equation, and by rearranging the equation we can write 6 pi eta Rv is equal to 4 upon 3 pi r cube, because 4 upon 3 pi r cube, 4 upon pi r cube and g both are common terms, so we can write 4 upon 3 pi r cube g into bracket rho minus sigma, right? So let us rearrange the equation in order to get the velocity. So v is equal to, rearranging the terms, cancelling some terms, you will get v is equal to 2 upon 9 r square g into rho minus sigma whole term divided by eta. This is our expression for terminal velocity.